Hello folks, in this video I'm going to show how to create a Slack connection. Slack is an online collaboration tool and we're going to learn how to connect directly to it. So first what we want to do is we want to go to Slack, and here's going to be the URL api.slack.com/apps, and once you're logged in you're going to be able to create a new app here. So you hit create new app, and we're going to give this app a name, so I'm going to call this my Slack app. And then you want to choose a workspace that this app can access. So I'm going to choose our Zerion one and hit create app. Now once my app is created here, what I'm going to do is we need to set up a couple other details in terms of permissions. So there's two things in here we have to set up. First is going to be the redirect URLs. So we need to basically show Slack that it can talk to dataflow. So what we're going to do in this example is copy in this redirect URL, and I'll go through it here quickly, but the first part of it that's going to be changing is in your environment. So actually it would just be this, but again this is in a beta environment, so we do have alpha there, so it would be dataflow.zerionsoftware.com, and then follow the rest of this URL here, and you can also update your company here. So you'll need to update this to whatever your company name is. So in this scenario it's QA test, but it would have your company name there /OAuth2. Once we add that, we just want to make sure we hit save on here. That was a mistake I made the first time. Once you hit save URL, it's allowed to access this URL. Then we want to go down to scopes. So inside of scopes, what we want to do is give this app a permission to access certain parts of Slack. So in this example, we're going to use their channel permission here. So I'm going to select this, and it's going to add this scope, and I'll hit Save Changes, and we're good to go from the Slack side now. So before we move to creating a connection, we just want to pull up our basic information section here and scroll under App Credentials. These are going to be pretty important as we start to put those in here in just a second. So let's move over into dataflow. Once you're logged in, you want to go to Connections, and you can create a new connection here. I'm going to call this the Slack connection. And then we want to choose a type, and you want to choose OAuth2. And inside the client ID, this is where you're going back to Slack. So first you want to pull the client ID, which is here, and paste it in. Then you want to hit show here to show a client secret. So you want to paste that in here as well. And we have two more fields here. So this is the authorize endpoint. So I'm going to paste that in. And this comes directly from Slack documentation that we'll have attached down here in the comments. We have a token endpoint, so that's going to be the same there as well. We have a scope as well. So we talked about the scope we used earlier inside of the permissions, which we'll go back to here, but is channels.history. So that's the scope we want to reference here. This is really important that those match up. And then finally a testing endpoint. This can be any of Slack's endpoints that do support a get method. So I just chose the basic one here to get channels and history, just so everything's aligned. So at this point, what I can do is hit save, and this is going to jump me over into Slack and ask me to authenticate. So here we're seeing that Zerion is connecting to Slack. So we'll hit authorize here, and then we're going to go back, and the connection will be created. Thanks for watching.